Good evening and welcome to day 14 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. Just as a refresher, if you're just joining me, I am setting out to make 30 videos in 30 days in the month of January. So this is going to be from January 1st to January 30th. And I am using a sort of scorecard system where my objective, of course, is always to hit 100% in recording and publishing. But I have given myself the opportunity to be less than perfect, to not be perfect on camera and to not be perfect in my posting. So what I have said is that as long as I achieve an 85% or above, I will have considered this to be an excellent exercise. And I'm happy to report that so far I am 14 for 14, so I'm hitting 100%. That's really exciting and I'm really happy about it. So I just want to tell you about why this is kind of a big deal, why I've decided to do this. So I am a person of certain vintage. I am a child of the 70s, and YouTube has always for me felt like a young person's game until I started watching some videos last year by some what I would call inspirational YouTubers. And I'll start with the first person I saw on this was a channel called Silver and Solo. And it's actually a very nice woman living in Vancouver Island, so actually not far from here. So I do hope one day I get a chance to meet her and thank her. But she posted a video about a year ago about how she planned to get onto YouTube as a retired person. And it was very genuine and very sweet, and I thought it was just such a wonderful thing to watch her kind of take us through the journey, but also just to take us on walks in the woods with her dog. It's a very fascinating channel. I'm going to put links to her channel below. It got me really thinking that YouTube is not a young person's game. It's for everybody. There's an opportunity here for everybody. And this isn't just about trying to monetize and make some money off of this or anything like that, but this is our legacy project here. This is an opportunity to leave something out there on the internet to show that we were here, so to speak. Now, so 14 days, that means we are one more day away from hitting the halfway point, which would be tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. So why does this matter? First and foremost, the purpose of this video series was to break out of the inertia. I have been thinking about this since last year, trying to get this YouTube channel off the ground and hitting sputtering starts and stops and kind of missing a day here, and then all of a sudden I miss a day and I miss another day and I miss another day. So I wanted to really use this January challenge to push myself, make myself accountable, and try to get this work done properly. So these 30 videos are by no means perfect. They're basically me talking to you, and that's all they've been so far. I fully plan in the second month of this exercise, when I plan to publish 10 videos in 30 days, to put a little more polish into the videos, maybe add some graphics and edit things a little bit more, take a little bit more time on the scripting and so on. But for now, the purpose here is just to get moving, develop a habit of creation, and to build a little bit of trust. My promise is to get these videos out every day, and in return, I hope that you will begin to start watching this channel and maybe let me know what's interesting to you and what you'd like to know more of. The topic that I have centered my videos on this month is the art and business of independent filmmaking. Of course, that is my current profession. I'm an independent filmmaker here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I work in the film industry, so I'm not just independent, but I'm also a worker in the film industry. And I wanted to create a video that could talk about my experiences in the film industry, my experiences making my own films, and see if I can inspire any other over 40 years to get out there and think about making their own movies as well. So that's been my North Star central purpose of even just getting going on a channel like this. And I have to say that, hitting day 14, not every day has been easy. It seems like it would be an easy thing just to sit down and record, but there are a lot of days where I haven't felt like doing it, and I've said, okay, well, this could be one of my, one day off that I take. And then I've just kind of pushed myself to make it happen, which I'm really, really, really I had to say I'm proud that I've been doing that. And it was not the same on day one. Day one, I actually almost said, oh, this is stupid. It's not a good idea. And that was January 1st. And I almost didn't even start. And then once I got started, I just kept going every day. And so I've hit day 14. Let me talk a little bit about the lessons I've learned over the last 14 days. First of all, creativity over perfection. Daily creation just forces me to prioritize doing the work over spending endless hours working on trying to come up with the perfect idea or the perfect script or trying to make things too fancy. Getting a little bit more efficient in how I put these things together. I am scripting a lot quicker. I am shooting things with fewer retakes. And I'm learning how to talk to the camera in a way that allows me to actually talk to you, as opposed to looking down at my screen all the time and looking at my notes. What I discovered later on was that I was spending a lot of time just looking at my notes all the time. So I'd be reading my notes and then kind of looking up at the camera, and it became an involuntary reflex. So there's a lot of my earlier videos that have me not making eye contact. And one of the tricks that I've learned is that I check the notes, then I look into the camera and I talk directly to the camera. And then as soon as I start to fizzle out or lose my spot, I pause for a moment, look down, check the notes, and then look back up again. I'm not doing that right now. This is just for illustrative purposes. And then what I do is I cut the silent parts out. That's where you'll see those jump cuts where I'll cut the silent part out. I think that's a really good system right now, considering that these are effectively like vloggy style videos. I'm not adding any B-roll. I'm not adding any graphics at this point. And that's an effective way for me to get the point across while not having a whole bunch of dead space, and also while hopefully coming across a little bit more genuine, for lack of a better way of saying it. I really hate that word, genuine or authentic. It feels as though if you have to say you're being authentic, you're not really being authentic. But that's for a story for another day. One of the biggest lessons to learn in these 30 days is that very few people are actually watching. I have achieved a grand total subscriber count of 30 people. I started with 27. So thank you very much to all of you who have subscribed or who have stayed subscribed watching these very rough videos for the last 14 days. One of the criticisms that I had for myself was that, oh my gosh, if my first videos are so bad, then people are never going to watch and there's not going to be an algorithm and so on. And once you get over that fear and realize that there are not that many people paying attention to these videos, it actually becomes a little bit easier to start talking, because you start to really think of yourself as, well, if I have 30 people subscribed and only a handful of them are even getting fed the video to show them that it even exists every time a new one is posted, I can really get a little bit more, I can really feel like I'm talking to one person. So right now I'm looking at the lens here and I feel like I'm just looking at one person who's watching this video right now. Hey Bob. And of course, personal growth. These videos are more than just about trying to achieve something in the output side of things or in the world. These are about personal growth, letting me get comfortable on camera, helping build, as they say, a library of my previous work, watching myself improve, trying to improve my video production by 1% every single day, getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Hopefully by the end of this whole year of this exercise, my quality of videos will be up, the educational value will be up, and hopefully it'll be a little bit more entertaining, and we will have created a bit of a relationship between us. You'll be along with me on this journey. All right, so let's talk about some of the challenges that have been happening. Oftentimes I've had some days where things have been busy and it's taken until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night in order to record the video, and then I've stayed up until 11 or midnight editing the video. And really that's been part of it, is I've been putting this in my schedule every day to try to find where those spots can come, and I found that it has been a bit of a struggle sometimes to hold the appointment, so to speak. And so that's something that I have to get better at, in terms of putting time in the calendar and sticking to the time in the calendar and making sure that it doesn't get interrupted by people. Some other challenges have been days that I just couldn't think of anything to talk about, and how I overcome those is kind of looking back at, I write a lot on LinkedIn and Threads and Facebook and so on, and I've always had like little posts and so on that I've written on there that have gotten a lot of attention and been successful and have started conversations. And so I've gone back and revisited some of those and taken the content and then repurposed it for a YouTube video. So part of that is a little bit of me thinking, well, if it caused engagement on the written level, it might cause some engagement in the YouTube algorithm. So who knows? We will see. As I said, I've had a few of these videos where there's just one person watching it, and at least I know it's not me because I didn't watch it. All right, I do want to do a shout out quickly to a few inspirations out there on the internet, and they are worth checking out if you are an over 40 person thinking about starting a YouTube channel. These folks will inspire you. I mentioned Silver and Solo. I'd like to do a shout out to Rob the Maritimer, who's also a fellow Canadian living out in Halifax, and Alexa Serenoya. I hope I've said that name right. Alexa is fantastic. You should check out her channel. Kevin Kolbe, who is I think he's in his 60s, and he's got a YouTube channel that is really wonderful to watch. And Stephen Thompson, who's in Great Britain, I believe, and he's an ex-police officer who started a YouTube channel, and he's a fun, engaging person to watch. All of these five are really I look forward to their videos every time they post, and I watch them from beginning to end, and sometimes rewatch them over and over again. They're very inspiring. They all talk about YouTube. They all talk about getting over the fear of starting. And they're all very genuine, and I encourage you to check them out. And I want to thank you if you've come across this video on January 14th or January 15th, or if you've come across this video later in this journey of mine. You have an opportunity now to see kind of where I've come from, and hopefully this shows you that you can do it too. All right, thanks again, and I will see you tomorrow.